Hello everyone and welcome back to the Final Whistle, official Surrey FA podcast. I'm your host James. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas and New Year. Everyone at Surrey FA wishes you all a happy, healthy and successful 2023. In today's episode, we're joined by Harry Mark, a football development apprentice here at Surrey FA. In the run-up to National Apprenticeship Week, which begins on February the 6th, Harry will share his experience as an apprentice. We will discuss how his apprenticeship opportunity arose, how it's aided his personal growth, and finally how it has paved the way for his future career in the football industry. Also featuring in this episode is our bi-weekly Talk Footy segment, where we will review this week's results, goals and performances throughout the SFA leagues, along with Surrey Summarise, which will give updates on current activities and campaigns at Surrey FA. So, without further ado, welcome Harry.
Hi James, you're right. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for coming on. So, let's start things off by going right back to the start. When did your love for football begin?
I think my love for football began when I was very young. I started kicking the ball about when I started to walk, sort of thing, and started to go to football with my dad. I went to watch Crystal Palace. I've been a massive Crystal Palace fan, and I used to go with my dad and his dad to watch the games, and I still do that now with a season ticket throughout my life, and sort of played football since a very young age. Been involved. I was at Arsenal Academy when I was 9, and then from 8 till 12. And I went on to play for Crystal Palace and AFC Wimbledon. So I've always been I'd say decent at football, and played to sort of a high level. And sort of football's been my life sort of thing, and sort of paved me into my work, what I'm doing sort of now.
Fantastic. Well, it's great that football's always been kind of like part of your life.
Yeah, definitely.
So when did you first consider doing an apprenticeship? What were your options, for example, when leaving school? So
when I was first leaving school, I went to a college programme for football, and that was doing my BTEC course, which was at Woking Academy, and I was there for 2 years. And then I went on to after that to a coaching company near in Croydon near me, and I was there for about 2 years, and I was coaching a grassroots club and going into primary schools, coaching PE and different after school club football lessons, and that sort of paved me into sort of where I was now. I was sort of and didn't really see a progression in the role I was at, and I saw sort of an ad come up about the apprenticeship, and saw Surrey FA was one of the organisations taking apprentices on, and sort of didn't think twice about it, went straight for it, and that's sort of where I am today.
Yeah, that's great that you explored multiple options and then you finally found the route that was right for you.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So could you tell us a little bit about what your role has entailed at Surrey FA over the last year?
Yeah, so as you say, I'm a football development apprentice. I've been involved with the football development side, so I've been involved with workforce, so I've been attending CPDs and been a part of delivery of them, whether that's just being there to sort of answer any questions from coaches or anyone that's been involved in CPD sessions. I've also been involved with a World Cup project, which was part of my role to go out to local coaches in Surrey, and sort of from a different nationality as part of the World Cup project, and sort of showcase them. And I remember passing the information on to you. Yeah. So that was a bit of a role that I sort of had, and then just being involved in sort of events such as like the Women's Rec Festival, Football Be Homophobia Day, and just trying to dip into everything football development really.
Yeah, I was going to say you've had quite a well-rounded experience, being able to dip your toes in like women and girls football, men's football, like CPDs, workshops.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really good. Are there any specific projects that you worked on over the past year that stuck out to you? I know you did coaching with the women's walking football.
Yeah, so that was quite a big one. So Emma Eaton, our women and girls officer, started sort of a free walking football for women here at Meadowbank, and sort of my role was to sort of coach that and sort of see. I think there was a few, 2 or 3 at the start, and it's I think grown to about 10 now, and that's good. That's good to see. Sort of them. There's beginners and women that have played before, and it's sort of a mix, and it's good to see them out and having fun, sort of playing football and something new to them, which is walking football. Something that's what I've been sort of able to provide, a bit of coaching for them and to see where they've progressed to. Which is
yeah, I've been out there myself to see a couple of your sessions, and you can definitely see the smiles on people's faces, them enjoying themselves. So you've done a great job there.
Oh, thank you.
And like as you mentioned earlier on, you did quite a lot of coaching in the past, so I guess that's kind of supplemented your role and facilitated your role this year in your apprenticeship.
Yeah.
So it's approaching the National Apprenticeship Week, which takes place between the 6th and 12th of February. So this year's theme is Skills for Life, and this is to reflect on how apprenticeships can help individuals to develop the skills and knowledge required for a rewarding career. So how would you say the apprenticeship has contributed to your own personal development?
I think the apprenticeships helped massively. As I say, I was coaching before that, and it's sort of I've come into a role where it's a lot of office based stuff that I'm doing at the moment. So it was new to me at the start, sort of having my own laptop and being in an office environment with different people in the organisation, and I think that's helped sort of my social skills, speaking to various people. Different people in the organisation, speaking to them, organising events, being involved with projects. I think that's definitely helped my social aspects. And as I say, working in an office with a laptop, so Excel, Teams, Outlook, and it's been just a massive sort of success for me and something that I wouldn't have said I would have been able to do before. But no, it's helped me massively.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? How like just little bits like using like Excel, etc. You don't realise how fundamental they are for organisations.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming into an office role, you really do pick up quite a lot of new skills.
100%, yeah.
So is there any advice you'd give, particularly to maybe some of our younger listeners, on pursuing an apprenticeship, especially if they're wanting to pursue an apprenticeship within the sporting industry?
I think definitely go for it. At the start, as soon as I saw SOFA as one of the organisations, it was sort of a no-brainer for me. It's helped me we'll go on to it, but helped me into the role that I'm going into now. If I didn't have the apprenticeship, then I wouldn't have been able to even think about the new role. And it's just different experiences that I had. As I say, been to different events and sort of working in football. Sort of if football's what you want to work in, then it's a step in the door to sort of do that. And it's good, obviously, to get an apprenticeship under your sort of belt. And as I say, go from there, because you've got loads of different avenues you can go to working for SOFA. But no, as I say, apprenticeship is definitely something I would say to anyone, even younger listeners out there, just to sort of go for it. Because it'll help you massively.
Yeah, I'm sure for some people listening that would be quite inspirational for them to hear. So, am I right in thinking you undertook your apprenticeship through the Coach Corps Foundation?
Yeah.
And so this is a nationwide youth education and employment programme.
Yeah.
And last year they celebrated their 10th anniversary, was it? And I believe you got to meet the Prince and Princess of Wales, is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. That was a bit of a surreal moment for me. It was sort of a 10-year anniversary, which was in London at the Olympic Park. And got there and there was a lot of press. Didn't really know what was going on, and then found out that them two were there, and it was a bit of a surreal moment, and even more surreal getting to speak to Princess of Wales and her speaking directly to me about sort of my role and how it sort of puts a smile on my face coaching participants. And it was a weird one, but something that I'll always keep in my mind as obviously a major event.
Yeah, of course. I mean, not everyone gets to meet the Prince and Princess of Wales.
Exactly.
So that is tremendous. And just that opportunity in itself,
Exactly. That's through the apprenticeship scheme.
Through the apprenticeship,
so it's obviously given me that that moment, and I'd say that the Princess of Wales was so interesting to find out what I was doing, and it was a bit of an eye opener to see that she just wanted to take an interest in what I was doing, just being a part of an apprentice scheme. So going back to that fact that didn't take up this role, then I wouldn't have had that opportunity.
Yeah, no, that is fantastic. So sadly, your apprenticeship is coming to an end shortly.
Yeah.
However, more excitingly, you have recently been successful in accepting a role at Kent FA.
Yeah.
So, which is, for those of you who are not aware, that's another county FA. So what does your new role consist of?
So I'll be taking up the inclusion officer role at Kent FA. Something that I saw come up, and it was something I wanted to jump straight into, and it is new to me, but it's something that I'll just keep learning from, and hopefully when I get started, just keep going, and be a part of Kent FA, and get into something new. But really buzzing about that. And as I say, this apprenticeship wouldn't have put me into that bracket unless I'd done this. So it's helped massively.
And it's great that you've had a year's experience at a county FA, so you're kind of transitioning into a similar environment over in Kent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's definitely a positive for you. We briefly did touch on it earlier on in the podcast, but what would you say? Would you say that this apprenticeship has facilitated your ability to achieve your new role?
Definitely. As I said before, I wouldn't have been able to go through that role if I didn't have this apprenticeship. It's gave me a lot of experience working in the Surrey FA, as you say, and being involved in all the projects that I've been for. So I've helped. Eve Roberts has helped me a lot, as I've been to a few events with her. As I say, the Football v Homophobia fixture, and we here at Surrey FA we've done a Rainbow Lace campaign where we put on our rainbow laces and used the rainbow football as part of that day. And it's just as I say, this role I wouldn't have been able to get the new role if I didn't have this one. So it's helped absolutely massively.
Yeah, that is really captivating. So a common question I ask many of our guests is there anyone that's inspired you to get to where you are today, either within sport or outside of sport?
I would say mum. I thought about this question, and I would say my mum and dad. To be fair, my dad, football wise, has helped me massively. He used to take me to all my football sessions and gave a lot of time up for me. And I'd say work wise, my mum found the apprenticeship role online and sort of pointed me in the direction of it, and has helped me massively with looking for other roles. And I'd say both of them are my sort of motivation to keep doing what I'm doing and involved with football. So I'd say both of them really.
Yeah, I concur with you on that. Parents are definitely a great source of inspiration.
Yeah.
So do you have any future ambitions? Like, where do you see yourself staying within the football industry?
Yeah, I'd say future ambitions. Football industry is massive for me. Working in football is something that I love, and I'd hope to continue doing that throughout my whole work sort of career. And same with football. Play semi-pro football and to keep doing that for as long as I can until my sort of legs stop working. But progress with my new role with Kent, and then sort of see where that takes me. But just to keep working in football and be a part of the football world is something that just only appeals to me and something that I love doing. So
fantastic. Well, thanks for coming on today, Harry. It's been really intriguing seeing how your apprenticeship has paved your path to your upcoming role at Kent FA within the football industry, and the world's your oyster.
Yeah.
So congratulations and good luck with your role in the future.
Thanks, James. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's now time for Talk Footy, And I'm joined by Threya from Surrey FA Football Development.
Hi James, yeah, I'm excited to be back.
Yeah, so let's see how teams are getting on in the new year. We recognise there's been many postponements over the last couple of weeks due to the adverse weather conditions, but we'll cover the fixtures that did go ahead. Shall we kick things off with the women's results?
Yeah, absolutely. So to start things off, in the Women's Flex League North, these set of games were played on the 15th of January. Epsom and Ewell lost 2-0 to Caterham Pumas. Walton and Hersham United ladies drew 2-2 with Lion FC ladies. And West Woking Jets picked up an impressive victory over Met Police as they won 6-0. And then moving on to the fixtures that were played on the 22nd of Jan, East Sheen beat Hersham Mojitos by 3-1.
Yeah, nice. An impressive win there for the West Woking Jets with a 6-0 victory. And after that, Caterham and Pumas maintained their 100% win record and they remain top of the table.
Yeah, it's looking good for them. Moving on to the Southern Division, the games that were played on the 15th of January were between Bone Blades Whites and Cranley Women's Whites, where Cranley won the game 1-0. The other fixture that went ahead was between Cranley Women Blues and Beacon Bells Ladies, where Beacon Bells won 6-0. So yeah, they picked up a good away victory.
Yeah, and with that win, Beacon Bells, they're putting pressure on the top end of the table on league leaders Kingswood Aqua. So it'll be interesting to see how that little battle goes on.
Yeah, and moving on to the men's results in the Surrey Enhanced Border Football League in Division 1, the games that were played on the 15th of January, Corinthian Guildford picked up a good victory against Pickham North End. They won the game by 3-2. Joanna Rasa scored a good brace to help them clinch that away victory. So yeah, well done to them. And then Virginia Water drew 2-2 with Someone's House. So yeah, there's a tight fixture there as well.
Yeah, nice. That victory by Corinthian Guildford puts them top of the table.
Yeah, and moving on to Division 2, these set of fixtures were played on the 15th of Jan. Bisley All Stars picked up a massive victory against Corinthian Guildford Reserves as they won the game 7-2. Braces by Dean Leander and Tom Slane gave them that emphatic victory. So yeah, well done to them. The game between Park Barn and Woodham Victoria was postponed, unfortunately, and Milford Green picked up a good away victory to Virginia Water as they won the game 3-1. So yeah.
Yeah, great. Woodham Victoria remain top despite their game being postponed there, and that heavy defeat leaves Corinthian Guildford bottom at the moment.
Yeah, and moving on to the Surrey County Intermediate League Western, in the Premier Division, the games played on the 14th of January, Shottermill and Hazelmere's first team picked up a huge victory against Merrow's first team as they won the game 9-2. Mark Lyle scored 4 goals in that game, so yeah, his contribution was immense. And AFC Spelthorne drew 2-2 against Worplesdon Phoenix, and yeah, it was an interesting game.
Yeah, that convincing win from Shottermill and Hazelmere has helped them climb up the table to 4th, and they still have a game in hand on several teams below them, so that sets them in a good position. And Cranley are currently top of the table with 16 points. Yeah,
it's looking good for Cranley at the top. And on to the Surrey Premier County Football League. In the Premier Division played on the 14th of Jan, Worcester Park picked up an impressive away victory as they beat Horsley's first team by 4-1. Lions Seniors won 3-0 against Hersham's first team, and Guildford United clinched an impressive away victory against Ripley Village. So yeah, well done to them. And moving on to last weekend's games, these were played on the 21st of Jan. Lions Seniors drew 3-3 with AFC Kubo. Bradley Sweeney scored twice for Lions Seniors, so yeah, it helped them get a point there. Battersea Ironsides, however, won 5-2 against Guildford United, so yeah, it's a good away victory for them. And the points were shared between Worcester Park and AFC Royal Holloway as well.
Yeah, great. So after the last 2 weeks of action, AFC Cubo top of the table with 29 points and a 3-point gap over second place AFC Royal Holloway. So once again, that's an interesting little battle at the top of the table there. And at the other end of the table, Guildford United and Farley Rovers currently occupy the relegation spots. And that sums up Talk Footy. It's now time for Surrey Summarise, keeping you up to date with all current activities and campaigns across Surrey FA. We have plenty to update you on this week. Now, our first piece of news is of great importance. Unfortunately, there has been unacceptably high levels of misconduct and abusive behaviour by many participants across the county this season, and it's time for this to change. We have formed a pledge with various leagues to stamp this out, and we invite more leagues to join us.
Yeah, and alongside the pledge, we launched an initiative on 18th of January to address this problem and increase people's awareness of the consequences of their actions. Now, this campaign covered several examples of serious misconduct breaches, the subsequent repercussions and sanctions, and significance of reporting these offences. The dedicated campaign is in support of the FA's national campaign Enough is Enough, the focus of which, as stated by the FA, is making it clear that action will be taken against those who ruin the game for others.
Yeah, we strongly recommend that you visit our website and observe our league pledge. If you have any additional questions or queries about the pledge, then please contact our Head of Governance and Discipline, David Miller, at david.miller@surreyfa.com. Now, moving on to some more positive news. Earlier this month, Surrey FA hosted part 2 of their 4-part showcase series, highlighting the incredible range of women's walking football across the county.
Yeah, this event was a great success indeed. We had 56 players taking part, 12 of which were brand new to football, having never played before. So yeah, it was really good to see. Our mission with these events is not only to create a fun and safe opportunity for women to enjoy walking football, but to also highlight to clubs across Surrey that the demand is there for women wanting to play. Unfortunately, there is currently a lack of opportunity, and therefore we want to support clubs to set up their own walking football session by offering 10 clubs a grant of £100 to help them establish and sustain a new women's walking football session in their local community. And this the next women's walking football showcase event is due to take place in April, and there will be further news about this, so keep your ears open.
Yes, the showcase was a fantastic event, and if you'd like to find out more about how you can get involved in women's football, then please visit our website or contact our female lead, Emma Eaton, at emma.eaton@surreyfa.com. Moving on, as we continue to welcome refugees to Meadowbank as part of our Unite Through Football Refugee League, we are proud to announce that we have opened a dedicated prayer room for participants to use during their monthly fixtures.
Yeah, and these spaces within our offices here at Meadowbank Football Ground has been designed to allow those from different faiths to practice their religious observations in a peaceful and dedicated area. So it's a good thing to see.
Indeed. Our next piece of news is that on the 16th of January, we were joined by Darren Sile and Charlie Wakefield at Woking FC for a conversation around mental health awareness. So the Woking's men's first team manager Darren and current Yeovil player Charlie spoke openly about their own experiences with mental health and the challenges they've faced both personally and professionally within football. We were also joined by over 30 coaches, match officials, club welfare officers and club volunteers from Surrey and neighbouring counties, who listened intently and posed some brilliant questions to continue the conversation about mental health.
Yeah, and it was a very insightful evening, and thank you to everyone that attended on the night and kindly donated as part of the entry fee. In total, we raised close to £150, which we'll be donating to the mental health charity Mind. We recognize that we are on a journey. We have made progress, but there is more that can be done to drive mental health awareness across football and society in general. With that in mind, we are exploring future opportunities which will help to continue the conversation throughout the season and beyond. So keep a lookout on our social media channels for upcoming events, as well as the dedicated section on our website, which lists all forthcoming coach development opportunities that we'll be hosting in Surrey.
Indeed. Additionally, if you or someone you know is struggling with their mental health, please visit the Mental Health Awareness CPD news story on our website and follow the link to find some charities who are best placed to support. Our final piece of news this week is that we want to invite clubs to our Equal Game workshops to help those who wish to start or grow their female provision. These workshops are based on research conducted through talking to football clubs, volunteers and players around the country, and they will be full of guidance and real-life examples to help clubs on their journey.
Yes, by the end of these workshops, you'll be able to identify existing provisions for women and girls football opportunities within your club and your future vision, understand the importance of club identity and governance for the provision of an equal game, understand effective marketing strategies in support of your provision for an equal game, and finally, create and maintain a sustainable football provision in support of an equal game.
Yeah, across Surrey we're hosting 3 of these Equal Game workshops throughout February, which are all free to attend. The workshop dates include the 6th of February at Woking, 5th of February at Kingston and the 22nd of February at Reigate. And all these workshops will be taking place between 6 and 9 p.m. So please visit our website to find out more and register your place. And with that rounds up this week's Surrey Summarise. Thank you for tuning in for the 6th episode of the Final Whistle Surrey FA podcast. We hope you found it insightful hearing Harry share his experience as an apprentice, including how it has aided his personal growth and has paved the way for his future career in the football industry. Make sure you tune in on the 9th of February for our next episode. But for now, it's a goodbye from everyone at Surrey FA.